Hello, people that is watching, that you're watching this video. Is barbering a hustle or is it a career? Is it professional or is it just something to make a quick dollar? So we're gonna get into this and we're gonna look at both sides of this and look at the different views and why people look at it one way and why people look at it the other. But me being in the industry, I'm gonna shed some light to that, and my fellow barber and people, and especially my fellow barber friends out there, I'm sure you will appreciate this and what I'm going to say today. So, a lot of people say that it's a hustle, that barbering is a hustle, and that is, to some people it's just, for them it's just something that you can make a quick dollar. Barbering, to a lot of people in general, as far as I'm concerned, they think that it's just you know, whatever, the old man's retirement job, or the white guys with the beard with the white hair, and you know, that's his job, or the guys in the ghetto, you know, the ghetto, where I come from. Yep, that's where I come from, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people think maybe it's either one or the other, one extreme or the other, and I can completely understand that point of view. Seeing it and living it for myself, I can understand why a lot of people think it's just a hustle, and why it's just something that you can make a quick dollar with, or some. So a lot of people, it's like, oh, let's open up a shop so that way I can have another plan B behind the face of this barber shop, and you know, basically I'm gonna sell drugs so that I'm gonna have this barber shop so I can sell drugs at the same time, just because it's a hustle. And if you think that way, and that's what you're doing, you know, I'm all about making money and being an entrepreneur and making things happen. But that, my friend, is a disgrace to barbering and everyone who makes their living and career off of barbering. Now, I don't hate you. I have nothing. Well, maybe I have a little something against you, because you're making my favorite thing to do, my career, disgraceful. So I suggest for you, my friend, whether you're gonna do barbering, do barbering. If you're gonna do drugs, go do drugs. I don't recommend it, because you know that money is fast money, and as quick as it comes is as quick as it goes. Now for the other point of view, which is I like to call it the professional career point of view of it, the entrepreneur point of view. For a lot of barbershop owners and barbers themselves, I'm sure they don't look at it only as just a hustle. Now, again, when I say hustle, you know, it's just, for me, it's kind of disgraceful for people to say that. It just messes with me a little bit. It ticks me off just a little bit. It's funny and it's cool that they think that way, because you know they don't know really what goes down as a barber, or what we experience, or what we do to, you know, put food on our table, to, you know, while pursuing our passion of cutting hair and doing what we do. The career end of it. Now, for me, and my experience and everything that I've seen, it is definitely a career. It is something that you can make. It is something that is so precious and so awesome that if you're a barber and you cut hair and you know, you live the daily barber life and you love cutting hair and being a barber and just being a barber in general and just, you know, making money, this is your bread and butter. You understand, you know that it's not easy. It's not just an Instagram post. It's not just a Facebook post to get so many likes or so many hearts on your Instagram picture. It's not just that. That's just a plus, and sometimes you may get a client or two through that that avenue, depending on how much time you put into it. Maybe you put a lot of time and you get a lot of traffic from that avenue. And for those of us who live the daily life, who pursue this daily, and who make appointments, who take walk-ins, who take care of the relentless child who just won't stay still, or dealing with the guy who just keeps talking and talking, and just so many things that we deal with as barbers. There's one picture that I saw. I called us a therapist, sports analyst. The list just went on and on and on, and it's so true. And that's why I'm making this video today, is because, and just to summarize up in this little section of the video here, for the record, barbering is a profession. Barbering is a career. People, like I mentioned earlier, it's just a hustle. It's just something simple. It's just something that old white guy does that cuts my hair with a vacuum. To others, like myself, and many of my barber friends and family, it is a career. It's something that we literally sweat. We bleed sometimes because we cut ourselves. We give it all that we give to make our income, and to do what we do, and make money, and cut people, not just cutting them physically, but cutting their hair. We try not to do that. We try to not cut them. Those of us who live the daily grind, we only us who know from the chair, from behind the chair, that in this one chair, so many things happen. We meet so many different people from all walks of life, whether it's a pastor, whether it's a contractor, a local contractor for maybe there's a union, maybe some guy who works at Dunkin' Donuts, a guy from the ghetto, a guy from a rich neighborhood, a guy who makes thousands, a guy who makes not so many thousands. We deal with so many people, and barber school can only teach you so much. You may get the experience, and depending on what school you go to, you may get a really good learning experience. But until you're really in that chair and you're living the daily barber life, you really understand at that point, this isn't an Instagram post. This isn't just a hustle. That if I'm gonna live this life and I'm gonna make my income off of barbering and cut hair, it's gonna take everything I've got. Because after a 7, 8, even like many of my fellow barber friends, 12, 10, 14-hour days, you're exhausted. You're spent. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't even want to socialize with our own friends and family at the end of the day, or we can't. We just simply can't, because we are exhausted, we are spent, we have nothing more to give, because we've given our clients everything that we are as people. Maybe 1 or 2 clients or 3 clients, we may be able to keep our energy going, have some coffee, have a Red Bull or something. But after your 7th person, after your 10th person of cutting hair, you're spent, and you have nothing really to give. And you go home, and you have your wife or your girlfriend or your family, your brother, your sister, your mother, your mom, your dad, and you just can't really give them much because you're so spent, because you worked, because it's a career, because it's a profession, because we're dealing with people from everywhere. We, as a professional barbers, we have to relate, we have to entertain, we have to make them feel comfortable. If you're gonna be a barber, be a barber. Give it everything you've got. Don't let no one tell you that it's not a career. You cannot make any money doing barbering. That, do not get discouraged. You will get people who will discourage you, and they will say it's not a career. They will say it's not a profession. They will tell you, what are you doing with your life to be a barber? You know, and I'm sure, so like I said, to the average Joe, it's just what comes to mind. And you can't blame them because they don't know. They don't know what it takes, and they don't know how much you make. And that's just the beauty of it. Because you know what you make after a long 10, 12, 16-hour day, even an 8-hour day, how much God blesses you within that time frame, what He gives you, the people that you meet, and the blessings that you come across. It's awesome. So barbering, my friends, is a profession. It is a career. Do not let anyone tell you that it's not, because you can make thousands. You can be a millionaire if you want. You can get sponsored by one of the big clipper companies. You can work for them. There are so many opportunities and avenues you can. So to summarize this, my friends, barbering is a career. It's not a hustle. It's not just something that you do just to make an extra dollar. No. So I encourage you, I inspire you, in Jesus' name, the power of God. It's a privilege to be a barber. It's a blessing. Because you know and I know my barber friend. There is so much money to be made. As long as you put the time and you put the effort, you can make thousands, even millions if you do it right. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. A lot of passion, a lot of corazón in this video. So keep it up, keep going. Until next time.